With us right now is Puneet Chandak, Medical Director for Beverly Hills Brain and Body. You were a speaker today, Puneet, for the Healthcare Tech Track. Tell us about what the track was.
Track was about, my topic was stem cell technology, disrupting healthcare. And what I focused was how stem cells are going to change and revolutionize the way we are practicing medicine these days.
So, stem cells, stem cells are very well known within the skincare industry, but when you talk about brain and body solutions, you're talking about beyond just skincare. You're talking about much more than that. So walk us through what that technology is and what you're working on.
I do radiology as my main profession, radiology and nuclear medicine. So we tend to give a lot of diagnoses. Many of them are sentences. Some of them have solutions, some of them don't have solutions. When I got to know that there are solutions available by stem cell technology for bad diseases with tongue twisters, multiple sclerosis, chronic fatigue syndrome, Alzheimer's, multiple sclerosis, which I said, ulcerative colitis, all these kind of things, I could not believe it. But then I saw a slide which was on Bell's palsy, and I said, I had Bell's palsy once, but that lasted only 15 days. And this lady had it for 15 years, and she had tried all kinds of treatments from the top neurologist who was presenting that case. And I saw her get fixed in a matter of 2 weeks. I said, if this happens and a man of credible honor is presenting it in an international conference, I better try it myself. So I tried it in my clinic with their technology, and I started finding incredible results. I would almost dare to call it miraculous results. Stroke patients are getting cured, or not cured, treated within 20 minutes. And people with Parkinson's whose hands are shaking suddenly become steady enough to pour water down without a shake in 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It was almost like magic, and I couldn't believe it. So I did a lot of them, and now I realize that stem cells can be used in many of these diseases to cure what we thought was incurable or untreatable.
Explain to us, in simple terms, what are stem cells and how they are able to do what you're just talking about.
Stem cells are repair mechanisms. They are restoring, repairing, and replacing our body dysfunction, or whenever we degenerate, they regenerate. So it's like when the old wall gets a little knocked out, the plaster goes out, the walls are showing, the bricks are showing. We put some new plaster on it and paint it up. That's restoring, replenishing, and regenerating. That's exactly what stem cells do, and they repair. So the same thing happens to our joints, our cartilages. It happens to our muscles, heart function, liver function, kidney function, diabetes, and Alzheimer's, many brain kind of conditions, and they just go over there and fix as much as they can. But I do want to tell you, they don't fix all the time, and they may not fix completely, but they are here to help, and that's the natural mechanism of the body.
Human body naturally is self-healing to a great extent.
Right.
And it's these stem cells that are making that possible.
Correct.
So when you're treating someone, treating a patient, or applying these stem cell technology, as you like to call it,
Right.
Aren't you sort of what's the right word? Perhaps
Doing the same thing, replicating the same.
yes.
Yes, I'm doing exactly the same process, but I'm accelerating it because we go to dip into the body's fat reserves, extract out much larger quantities of stem cells and put them into circulation. So like going into the bank, taking out a lot of money from the vault, putting in your wallet. Now you certainly can go out and spend a lot so that you can repair a lot.
Right. So you're using the individual's own storage of stem cells.
That's my favorite mechanism of treatment with stem cells, although there's another method which is available, that is through the products that are available in the marketplace for us for medical clinics. And they're usually done by very safe labs, FDA approved conditions, but they are derivatives of the umbilical cord or amniotic fluid of another person. So it's a allograft, which means from the same species, but another person into you, versus autograft, which is from you back into you.
Right. And there's a whole thing we can get into with umbilical cord stem cells.
2 hours we can
Yes.
keep talking about it, but we don't.
Let's focus on why the combination of health tech. It seems quite fairly medical to me, this process. Where does the technology component come in?
Very good question. That's why I came out here, because I was looking for people, how can I advance the technology and promote it through distribution channels also in India, because India is looking for an answer to many, many conditions of many, many people at a fractional cost. And if we can somehow democratize these technologies so that it can become much easier for doctors to employ and deploy them, that would make this stem cell technology come in much faster and seep in much at a greater rate to the grassroots level, and treat a lot of patients with multiple conditions, not just one, because they are repair cells. They don't repair a disease, they repair.
Right. And so you're, is it fair to say you're here to seek funding?
No, I don't need funding. This is not a very expensive process. I'm here to get partnerships so that we can, from the regulatory levels as well as technology levels, as entrepreneurs and people who would like to join hands and do the same kind of things, and just take this to other places, so that I'm not the only guy trying to save all of the ocean, but there are many of us trying to.
Well, sounds exciting, Puneet. Thank you so much for joining us. That's been Puneet Chandak, Medical Director for Beverly Hills Brain and Body Solutions.